Hey guys, welcome to another review. Welcome to my review for the movie Suzume no Tojomari, aka just Suzume. Suzume is the new movie directed by Makoto Shinkai. Makoto Shinkai, I have talked many fucking times on this channel that I think he's one of the great Japanese anime directors. I think he's almost toe to toe with Hayao Miyazaki. I know he himself has said in interviews that he is nothing like Hayao Miyazaki, and he is nowhere near as close as good as Hayao Miyazaki. But for the past movies I've seen Makoto Shinkai direct, I've been pretty blown away between Your Name and Voices of a Distant Star, Children Who Chase Lost Voices, Withering with You. Just his movies have just, I don't know, they've spoken to me, and they just, there's so much uplifting story elements in it, great characters, beautiful love stories, and some of the most beautiful animation I've ever seen in films, period. And I was really looking forward to his new movie, Suzume, which I got to see early, which is pretty amazing. Suzume is about a 17-year-old girl named, you guessed it, Suzume. And she runs into this boy named Sota. And says to her that he is looking for a door. Yeah. The story is basically all these magical doors are spread out throughout the mountains of Japan, and they all have been opened. And when these magical doors get opened, all these natural disasters start happening. Probably the worst disasters you can think of. And it is up to Suzume and Sota to find all these magical doors and close them and save everybody. That's the gist. The movie is a lot about self-discovery. It's about journey, and it's about oneself and possibly a love story. Suzume is a stellar, animated, beautiful, breathtaking movie with great characters, compelling story, and a intense climax. That's not a dirty talk, unless you want it to be. This movie was fantastic. It was brilliant. It's probably my third favorite Makoto Shinkai movie. I still think Your Name and 5 centimeters per second are superior films, but I was very delighted by this movie. I loved its animation. I love that Makoto Shinkai, with a lot of his movies, most of his movies, he tells like these very personal stories about like family connection and love, but he puts like a disaster element in it. It's so interesting. It's weird whether it's like time travel, earthquakes, tsunamis, flooding, or whatever. He puts like these weird disasters because maybe he's an environmentalist or something. I don't know. I don't know much about his personal life, but it's also it's a unique thing that he does, and it's always just adds a different element. You just don't see it coming, even though you should see it coming if you know his movies. But he talks a lot about time, and he talks a lot about the planet and disasters and stuff in his movies. But he also always puts a very beautiful love story in a lot of his films. And this movie, Suzume, is no exception. It's got beautiful animation, a interesting story. It has a sort of kind of love story, friendship connection story. And it just has really great characters that you love to root for. And it's not overstuffed with cheesiness, melodrama, or forced comedy. It has genuinely real characters that you can relate to in this world. And that's something I like to grab onto because we live in a day and age of modern films that they don't write interesting characters. They don't write compelling stories. It's a lack of originality and a lot of cheesy, corny blockbusters. For fuck's sakes. The same day I saw this movie, I saw the Dungeons and Dragons movie. Wasn't a fan. Everyone loved that movie. I'm in the minority. I'll get a review for that one, but when I saw this one just, I don't know, it was just so meaningful. It was just breathtaking to watch, and just a simple story, but also with some very different, clever elements thrown into it to make it a little more profound. I think Suzume is a brilliant film. You will compare it to his other films, and so to that extent, you might be disappointed because it's not as good as Your Name. It doesn't have as amazing characters as Your Name, or that breathtaking animation like Your Name had. And I don't know, just the love story was just, that movie was just more of a straight love story and a time travel story. This one is a bunch of different things sprinkled in. But the two lead characters are still great. They're no, yes, they're no Tagi or Mitsuha, but I still really enjoyed Suzume as a character and Soda. I enjoy them both. And I do love how the story ends. And just, it's still, when it comes to Makoto Shinkai movies, it's about having an emotional impact to it. And did the movie make you feel something? Or did you just watch a movie? You just, oh, yeah, that was a movie. Or did it actually make you feel something? This movie actually made me feel something. And the fact that a lot of movies nowadays don't make me feel anything, that gets a huge praise for me. So, yeah, check out Suzume when it comes out. You will not be disappointed, especially if you're a huge Makoto Shinkai fan. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give Suzume an 8.5 out of 10. Check this one out. Guarantee you won't be disappointed. So, yeah. Also, in the comments below, let me know what is your favorite movie directed by Makoto Shinkai himself. I know you're all going to say Your Name. It's the right answer. Comment below, let me know. And as always, for this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.